The following video will be discussing mental health among gamers and is designed to raise awareness within the gaming community. If you are a gamer who is battling with their mental health, this video is for you. Those of us who grew up gaming and continue gaming as adults choose to do so for a variety of reasons. Myself personally, I just really enjoy it and I get lots of joy out of a game or two before the end of the day. But there's one reason that I've seen lots of people talk about online, and I think it's important to talk about it because this is something that can be very harmful in the long run if not addressed. Now, what I'm talking about is escapism. Now, of course, there are many forms of escapism, so it's important to keep it in mind and know that most of what I'll be saying in this video will apply to those other forms of escapism. But myself, I'm a gamer, so I'm making this video specifically for gamers and gamers using gaming as escapism. So, what is escapism? Escapism is defined as a habitual diversion of the mind to purely imaginative activity or entertainment as an escape from reality or routine. So in other words, escapism is routinely doing an activity to distract yourself from reality. It's important to keep in mind that escapism is habitual, meaning it happens regularly. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a deep gaming session if you had a particularly bad day and you just need to relax and unwind. But when this becomes your daily routine, or sometimes even your weekend routine, that's when it starts to become an unhealthy habit with an underlying problem that really should be addressed. For many gamers, the stress of daily life is all they are seeking an escape from. But for some within the gaming community, there are very real and serious mental health issues that need to be resolved, and using video games as an escape only serves as a crutch. It's just propping you up. Personally, I believe the gamers who have absolute meltdowns online are the ones with underlying problems. I believe that when the world they decide to escape to introduces stress, they become overwhelmed because they've lost the peace they were seeking. And with nowhere else to go, they have a meltdown. Now, I'm not saying all of this to hate on gamers who deal with this. I'm saying this to raise awareness of an issue within the gaming community. Personally, I wholeheartedly believe that many of the gamers we often label as toxic for their meltdowns are in fact in a position that requires help from a mental health professional. If you're still watching this far along, here's an explanation on why escapism through gaming can be bad for you in the long run. When we use gaming to avoid stress, anxiety, or challenges in the real world, we're not solving anything. The problems are still there, waiting for us when we log off. And sometimes the problems get even bigger. Escapism through gaming can lead to isolation, decreased motivation, and a worsening of our mental health. It's important to recognize when we're using games to hide from reality, because while the escape might feel good in the moment, it doesn't help us grow or deal with what's really going on. Now, escapism through gaming in particular can be really bad for you when it comes to isolation. There's many people who don't actually use the social aspect of online gaming. They play solo games or they solo queue on ranked games, and this can be really bad for you. Escapism always is bad, but in particular, when you're dealing with a form of escapism that leads you into isolation, that can be really negative for you. Because as humans, we need to socialize. We need to interact with other people. When it comes to problems really just getting bigger whenever we log off, I personally completely relate to that. I work as a freelancer. I choose my own hours. If I wanted to, I could escape into gaming for a full day and I wouldn't be in trouble. I wouldn't have a boss calling me, getting mad at me that I missed work. So for me, when I was struggling with escapism through gaming, it was very easy. I would just take a day off and play video games, just escape into a totally different world. But at the end of the day, my problems were still there, and they did in fact get bigger, because one day of not working is one day of my problems growing. So remember, there's nothing inherently wrong with gaming. But it's important that you understand that using it as a form of escapism is no better than any other form of escapism. Your problems will still be there waiting for you, so it's best to tackle your problems head on. Once you've resolved your problems, you'll be able to enjoy your games even more because you'll no longer be dreading the moment you log off, and you'll no longer feel the need to game to get through life. Instead, it will be something you do purely because of the joy it brings you. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, Sir Tesla Gamer, out.